All right, guys. First day of the fifth test, the final test of this edition's Border Gavaskar Trophy. As an Indian supporter, we have got a tumultuous day. Nevertheless, the day ended at a strong note with Khwaja again succumbing to Bumrah. But we'll come to Bumrah, Khwaja, Konstas, and our Indian team getting pumped up just at the wagon of the day. But having said that, today we are here to review the entire day, and we have got a strong panel today, maybe even stronger than our top order batting. And we have got Rishabh, always. He's in Australia.
Sydney.
This is his second. This is his second test. Uh, he's in Sydney. We also have our Punekars in the form of Nikhil Samant and Shashank Dada, who's also our Cadbury contest chairman, by the way, and our very own leg spinner Sagar Valve, who incidentally also is a doctor, by the way. All right. Having said that, we'll start first. We'll give the honor to Shashank Dada today. It's his first podcast with us, and we'll talk about the start of the day, the team composition, and how was it to win the toss and elect to bat.
Okay, first of all, Happy New Year to everybody. Uh,
Happy New Year, Dada.
I don't
Happy
know
New Year.
whether
Happy New Year.
it is really happy or not as on today, but as the year unfolds, we will come to know because it is not only the BGT or WTC. There are many things to happen in cricket in the entire year. So let us not
Mhm.
be very pessimistic to start with. And thank you very much to Ame and all of you to include me in this broadcast, which I really don't deserve. So my comments will be very novice or out of context, but still I always grab the opportunity whether I deserve or not. So as suggested, the first point to start with is the composition of the team. There was so much hype yesterday, and everybody was claiming that it is media only who is unnecessarily creating hype and all that and that. But it was particularly with the Gautam Gambhir's press conference, the way he replied to the team composition question, that everybody was making his own wild guesses. And I will say,
Mm.
or I will dare to say that fortunately, everybody's guesses come true. And yes, Rohit opted out, which is a graceful thing. Otherwise, he would have been kicked out of the team. So, really आपल्या मराठीत म्हणतो तशी झाकली मूठ 1.25 लाखाची अशा पद्धतीने रिस्पेक्टफुल मीडिया व्हाया मीडिया रोहितने ऑप्ट केलेला आहे असं आपण म्हणूया. So maybe people were expecting even Kohli would have same justice, same coin, but I don't know why which justice he got an opportunity which he has absolutely wasted. And I was thinking that maybe Gill was not the proper substitution. If you are to gamble, you gamble fully, and you should have allowed the remaining players who couldn't bat or couldn't take the participation in the entire tour should have been given the chance. That is my personal opinion because Gill was equally not performing. So maybe Jurel would come or whatever maybe the another person who would have got the opportunity if at all Kohli
Yeah.
was to be ready. That was my personal take.
Yeah. And on that note, right, I'll pass on the baton to Nikhil. Nikhil, what about the toss to win and electing to bat on a wicket that obviously showed a lot of grass cover, right? What are your opinions on that?
To be very honest, I thought that decision was more to protect our batting in the fourth innings than
Mm.
utilizing the
Mm.
conditions
Yeah.
because we have been struggling mostly in both innings. But I think they have tried to avoid batting second. That was the main crux of that decision
Mm.
because if we would have bowled first, I think we would have gotten them all out for the same total, I guess. So that
Yeah.
was my first initial reaction that they tried to protect the batting in the fourth innings more than try to utilize the conditions. As
Yeah.
Sashank Dada said, today we got to know that our batting problems are despite Rohit Sharma, not because of Rohit Sharma. You dropped Rohit Sharma and still we were 129 for 6. Those last 60 runs just gave some respectability to our total. So
Correct.
Rohit Sharma is not the only problem.
Yeah.
And I will not even call Virat Kohli an elephant in the room, because that problem outside his off stump is now more than a problem.
डायनोसॉर
As I
एलिफंट
Dinosaur in
खूप
the room.
छोटा झाला.
dinosaur that just doesn't get extinct,
हम्म.
unfortunately. But in our chat also, I sent a message that Kohli's problem is not just technical flaw; it is indifference, it is arrogance, it is adamancy, or the best option, as we call it, all of the above. So that is the real problem that we are facing. And Gill for Rohit, I think what we like to call it like for like substitute. So Rohit was struggling, so we brought in Gill, who was also struggling.
We didn't need a
So
That is a
concussion
good
for
one.
that.
yeah, why, exactly. We don't need a concussion substitute. We just need a out of form batsman, which we have in plenty. And poor Sarfaraz and poor Jurel, despite playing so well against England, they just
I know.
I think our two guys in Australia have done more than what those two poor guys have done so far. So
Yeah,
the
I'm
bat,
coming to them now. I'm coming to them now. Thanks, Nikhil, for that cue. Now, before I go to Sagar, right? Over to you, Rishabh. I know you've got limited time, and probably you are celebrating the wicket of Khwaja with a nice little hamburger. However, um, how what is it like in SCG, and how is it different from MCG? And is there any Bay 13 sort of atmosphere in SCG as well?
Also,
Okay.
Rushabh, one question from me. How is the mood? How is the mood of the Indian fans at Sydney?
Okay. So firstly, if you compare to MCG, right, SCG is pretty small. So the way or the journey towards the SCG was more like how we travel in our local trains towards Wankhede, right? Jam-packed, long lines trying to get into the train. One very good thing which the Australian government or Cricket Australia does is every city or every state where there's a match, the local or the public transport is free. They did that in Melbourne. They did that in Sydney as well, right? So
Oh,
they put out a note. So if we are traveling, all those who have a valid ticket for the game, the travel is free. They can just show the ticket and get the travel done free when using public transport. Coming to the stadium, it's pretty small as compared to the MCG. So there's not a lot of space. The advantage which we had in MCG was roaming around, and still you have vacant place for you to stand by the base and all. That's not something which you have at SCG. It's pretty cramped, but it has its own charm. You know, you might have a stadium like DY Patil, you might have a stadium like Narendra Modi, but even the small Wankhede has its own charm, right? That is exactly how Sydney is. You look at the players, the players pavilion, the SCG stand, the traditional green one. It has its own charm. It looks really good. So I think visually it's a lot better than MCG, but convenience-wise, I think MCG tops easily. Coming to the crowd, I think there were a lot more Australians than Indians today. Lot more. I have to say
Hmm.
that, and they were pretty vocal as well. But Indians also had their fair share of chanting and chance to be something to be happy about, and which we did. We didn't miss any, and especially the way we ended it. I think the journey outside or from the stadium outside, which usually would have been a quite daunting one if we had not got that wicket, was a lot more easier because to every reply of India getting all out on 180 or Virat Kohli not scoring runs and whatever, we had a reply that your Khwaja got out on zero. So that really saved our day. So it was a good day. I think it sets the tone for the remainder of this test. I think in the morning at around 8:30 it was raining over here, so we are not really sure whether we'll have a start of play on time. But credit to the way the stadium facilities are, the game started dot on time without any disturbance or without any delay. And with the rain predictions going in the game, some people say there's rain prediction on day 4, day 5. I think it's supposed to be a shortened test, so I think the next tomorrow's first session is something which will dictate which way the game goes. So really excited for that.
yeah.
The
And
next
and
game.
and and, and Rishabh, did you hear any similar sounding or rhyming words like tanker, banker for any of our cricketers?
Not really, not really. I think the game on the field was sort of boring, so the people were having their fun among themselves only. So in one stand, the traditional beer snake, the beer glass snake was going
Yeah.
on. On some other stand, there was a guy who was chugging beer after beer. Then people were calling him an Avenger. People were calling him a legend. So the stands were having their own game amongst themselves, not really focusing on what's happening on the field. But it was a
So,
very
so,
happy environment.
so it would be Merv Hughes or David Boone in the stands.
That I won't be able to comment, but yeah, it was good fun. Not really exciting in terms of the game, but pretty much exciting in the stands.
Nikhil Dada
Nikhil,
wants
Yes,
to
Nikhil,
ask
go
you
ahead.
something.
What does a wanker mean? I am an 85 born and I just don't know what a wanker is.
We'll take it offline. We've got other important things to talk about.
मी घरी येऊन कानात सांगेन तिकडे नको
I mean, there are
but
enough words
yeah.
in Marathi to explain what is a wanker. But anyway, we'll come to that. Now, over to you, Sagar. Dismissals of the top order. Again, punts dismissal. Any quick comments on that before we move to the next segment?
But
Yeah.
sorry to cut you off. I think my stay in this show was as long as some of the Indian top order batters. So with this, I think I'll just take a leave.
Uh,
We have to step out. Yeah.
Rishabh, just before you go, what are the rain predictions for tomorrow?
So tomorrow there's no rain.
Okay.
Day five has a 90% chance of rain. Tomorrow is a cloudy day, but there are no rains, and day five is 90%. So that is a dreadful
संडे
scene for now.
संडे तक टेस्ट मैच खत्म होने वाला
Ah,
है.
so
डे
day
5 तो
five, I
बहुत
don't
दूर का
think
बात है. नहीं नहीं.
day five
संडे
this test
संडेला
will
सम
not last.
संडे
मैं
संडे
क्योंकि
दिस गेट
सागर
प्लेड.
दादा ने ये नहीं बोला कौन से साइड में ये नहीं बोला सो आई कीप इट टू दैट
नहीं, I have put on
आई
this
कीप द
jersey for
होम
a reason. I have put on this jersey for a reason, and
Mm.
I'll come to that.
There you go. There you go.
Uh,
Yeah, even in a
ठीक है
way,
गाइस
Sam
थैंक यू
Konstas
सो
is helping us. But yeah, we'll
yeah,
come to that
yeah,
later.
yeah.
All right, Rishabh.
मच
All
Bye
right.
bye
Thanks for
Rishabh. Bye
joining.
आज
Rishabh.
विश्राम को आज्ञा
Rishabh
पात्र
bhai,
थैंक यू
I
बाय बाय
I think
Thanks a lot,
I
Rishabh.
requested to
Thanks a
go
lot.
to nightclub more. Okay.
so we are having the days are pretty tiring right so we just have food and we go to the hotel and sleep because
ठीक है रे
the way the
ऋषभ.
Indian team is playing we
We
don't give a lot of
understand. We
मेरे
opportunities
understand.
to
Yeah,
मेरे
celebrate
घर वाले
we
We
get
मेरे
it.
घर
understand.
वाले
We get
मेरे
it.
घर वाले और तेरी गर्लफ्रेंड नहीं देखने वाला ये पॉडकास्ट. डोंट वरी.
जिस
You can
तरीके से
you
We
can
जिस
wear
get
a
it,
तरीके से
Rishabh.
जिमरान
you can
जिस
wear an
तरीके से
Imran
जिमरान
Khan
को
t-shirt. Huh?
सेलिब्रेट
You
करने
can
कुछ
wear an
पैसा हमें
Imran
मिल
Khan
रहा
t-shirt. Rishabh, we can wear an Imran
है
Khan t-shirt saying "Big boys play at night." Anyway, on
I,
that
I
note,
have not
we
carried
will
it
leave
with
you.
you. I think I should have met you before traveling here. You would have helped me with that.
Anyway, thanks, Rishabh.
चलो
Always a pleasure to talk to
बाय
you.
टेक
Thanks
केयर
for joining,
थैंक यू
buddy.
Thanks. Yeah.
All right, over to you, Sagar. Talking
Yeah.
about the dismissals of the top order, and then again Pant, and then we'll give a cue to Nikhil to talk about the dismissal of Washington Sundar. Over to you.
Yeah, yeah. No, before I go to the dismissal, just one quick point. And Shashank Dada also mentioned about Gautam Gambhir's press conference, and he said we will look at the pitch and pick our playing 11. Clearly, that has not happened. Okay, because this is. So Nikhil Dada, you will also agree, Shashank Dada, to me. So you both of you have watched a lot of cricket. This is not a
Yes.
typical Sydney wicket. This is not a typical Sydney wicket. It is just too green. It is way more bouncy than a usual Sydney
Bounce,
wicket.
bounce.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Usually Sydney is thoda sa pata and it dries out. It is more subcontinental type of pitch. This was an absolutely different Sydney pitch. And if Gambhir was very serious about picking his playing 11, looking at the pitch, I think we've made a blunder picking two spinners. We could have easily fit in one more pace bowler because if you look at the Australian first inning, our first inning, Nathan Lyon has only bowled 6 overs.
Yeah.
Only bowled
Yes.
6 overs. So
Yes.
that is one clear.
So
I
I
think.
Perfect.
support it. What this is like? What this Gautam Gambhir is like a Midas touch in negative way. Whatever he decides, whatever he touches, everything goes wrong.
Any.
No, I
So
think I
and I
think
think all of us will. Yeah, Nikhil.
I think Gambhir was expecting that question on Rohit, and he had mucked that answer. So
Yeah, exactly,
as
exactly.
soon as as soon as a reporter asked him about Rohit, he just gave his mugged answer that we will
Absolutely,
be
absolutely.
selecting our
100,
11 based on the
100%.
pitch.
Because this is not the best playing 11 on this wicket. I am
Absolutely.
dead sure about that. I'm dead sure about that. And again, going back to winning the toss and batting first, again, very, very correctly put across that we are shielding our batting, and we don't want to bat in the fourth
Fourth
innings of the
innings.
test
Yeah.
match. That's as clear as that. And now
Yeah.
coming to the wickets, one very, very uh, glaring and obvious thing which is now coming out of our entire batting lineup is none of our batters seem to have a good back foot play, a good back foot defense or a back foot attack as well. And I was and the reason when we joined this podcast, I was just looking at the fall of wickets against just to be sure that Kohli, we all know, has lost his back foot game. But we look at Jaiswal's wicket and we look at Gill's wicket. They have gotten out coming one or two steps down the track. The ball is bouncing awkwardly. If both these two idiots are playing on the back foot, these balls are there to cut. These balls are both Jaiswal ka bhi jo Boland ka, I mean Boland always saying, oh, he's bowling so well, he's bowling that shot of good length, getting good mounts. Arey bloody, you are not playing on the back foot. So उसको आगे जाके लंच
Absolutely.
करके ऐसा ऐसा खेलोगे, बॉल तो पिच पिच इज ग्रीन, द सीम इज गोइंग टू हिट, द बॉल इज गोइंग टू
Going to
move
wobble.
off the seam.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
by playing on the back foot, you will give yourself that much more time, and the ball can then actually rise further, and you can cut the ball, or you can at least play a back foot defense. Okay, both these two wickets and Gill. I mean, it was infuriating dismissal. Okay,
Yeah.
Steve Smith
Absolutely.
got
Even
on.
Rahul has given it straight into the hands of the fielder. He
Rahul
had not moved
Rahul
even an
Dada
inch.
Rahul Dada, that is Rahul's typical way. He has one
Rahul
good
is
Yeah.
innings
Rahul.
every series,
That
and
is
It
the
is.
king Rahul.
One 100, 150, and low
yeah,
scores. Yes.
yeah,
And
and
he's
then
Just
done.
then
to
there's and these
law
kind
of
of these
averages.
kind
Our
of wickets, this
like
kind of wickets. But
our top order is like an Archie store on a Valentine's Day. Just gifting away. You just take our
नहीं,
Yeah. So,
gifts and we'll
so
go packing.
before
so
before the start of the series, right?
राहुल को माफ
In
भी कर दो to just scoop it to square leg, and and Kohli, we all know that ball was coming, that wicket was coming, but I am absolutely disappointed and gutted at what Jaiswal and Gill have done. I mean, you guys are young, ठीक है, तुमसे वो उस तरह का Steve Smith sledged him, come on, get on with it. The next ball you go down the track to Nathan Lyon. I mean, क्या है यार, it's stupid. And again, in Sunny sir style, stupid.
stupid, stupid,
And it was a nothing ball. I
nothing
mean,
ball
Exactly,
altogether.
exactly.
there was
Yeah, and
nothing
and
on that.
interestingly, see, he's our
It was
number
last
three,
match before the lunch
Pujara.
again.
Exactly, and
Ha
Yeah.
one
ha.
score, I think.
The timing,
Yes,
the timing of that shot.
yes, timing, and I think one point in the commentary that was made was uh, Gill is replacing Pujara. The last BGT that we played, Pujara, I think, faced 150 balls um, coming down the track to
Yeah. Yeah.
Nathan Lyon.
That.
And in
Yes,
this series, the
yes.
first ball that Shubman plays, he gets out to it. And it was a false stroke. It
Yeah,
was
yeah.
not the coming down the track that got. It was a false stroke. It was an
Yeah.
aggressive shot that he tried to play, which for which he succumbed.
Nee, it was
Yeah,
not
and
an
have
aggressive shot, Amay, also. It was nothing. It is
nothing,
just
nothing.
coming
It
down
was
and
a nothing
poking
shot.
at the
Yeah,
ball. It was
He
nothing.
just
It was
poked at it.
nothing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
poked at it.
I
Yeah,
think that sledging did him, but I mean,
yeah.
come on, you're playing international cricket and you're playing Australia. If they are
This
not going to
म्हणजे
sledge you, who is?
मुंबई मुंबई मैदान में होता है ये सब, कि हाँ अरे
exactly.
क्या कर रहा है, टाइम पास कर रहा है,
You,
मार के दिखा, छक्का मार. अरे
हम्म,
क्या
अरे
है.
आएगा आएगा
how
आएगा
dare
आएगा
you
आएगा
talk to me
आएगा.
like?
Pant, on the other hand, I'll give him credit for what he did today.
Yeah. Yeah.
Again, falling to a false shot, but I feel again, now what has happened with Pant, I'm telling you, all this pressure that has been created, that he's playing his natural game, playing his shots, and he's getting out. Now he tried to curb that, okay, and then we could see, so the number of balls he hung out there, okay. He was literally fighting it out. You could see he was curbing his instincts, and he was fighting it out. Ek ball usko shot mila, wo again, if he was in his natural elements, that ball could have landed up outside the fence. Okay,
Yeah,
तो पता नहीं if So again, looking at the pitch, if you have to strategically go, this was a pitch where you had to play your natural game. What सैम कॉन्स्टस क्या किया फर्स्ट बॉल बुमराह को, उसको पता है बुमराह से उसको एक ऐसा बॉल आने वाला है जो उसको ना ही मिलने वाला है. He is going to lose his wicket to Bumrah. So what he is doing, he's trying to manufacture something. He's trying to go down the track, and which is his natural game, which he is doing. So I think this is here a pitch. I think we're learning for our second innings that जहाँ पे we let the punts of this world play their natural game and score a quick fire 50-60, which might actually be much more beneficial than a fought out 40 runs.
I
Yeah,
will
true.
support Dr. Sagar. Actually, irrespective of the situation of the match, we should always give Pant license to play like James Bond.
Yeah,
That let him play his natural game, and instead of 40, you never know, he would have made 80 also.
exactly.
Even you see the whatever 40 he has made, it is came more out of boundaries and sixes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Ones and twos
yeah,
are very less.
yeah.
So that should be the always a gamble.
yeah,
No,
true.
I think what Pant did, to be very honest, I was delighted because
Yeah, yeah.
there was some sort of attempt to stabilize the inning, some sort of
Absolutely.
effort. And when you see some effort, you think, okay, this guy is
Yes,
trying to fight out. It is
yes,
not like our
yes.
top order who is doing
Completely
same
given
mistake
up.
for
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
not even
He's
top order.
serious. He's serious. He's serious
He's
about
serious.
contributing. Yeah,
He is going against
yeah,
his natural game that has some consequences. I understand, but those 40 are very vital runs. And
yeah,
absolutely. In the
at,
context of the
at
game, with the green
70,
grass, Australia one down, it is important. Yes.
yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So
And
the effort
now
that
coming
matters.
Yeah. Now coming to Kohli's innings, right? He looked good between the two bookends. The first ball, which he was lucky to survive, and the ball which he got out. But in between,
Yeah.
right, it looked like good, calm, nice innings. Didn't have much of a trouble. No edges. An on drive or a sort of a straight drive punch did well. But then again, that thing is bothering him. Yes, Shashank Dada.
No, about that first ball, I really blame. Actually, it is not much highlighted that the very act of Smith scooping it again to the fellow fielder, he was 100% knowing that it was grounded, and he has actually done a nonsense of making appeal and creating a scene.
Dada, these are
Yeah, could be.
Australians.
Yeah,
So you
yeah,
so
could be, yeah, could be,
you
yeah.
are
See,
alleging
he's
an
known for
hand
it.
paper,
Point
are
is
you?
that point is that our press doesn't highlight these acts.
Yeah.
Mm.
See, they
Our
are
press
very
is
much on
busy with
only
the
of
dressing
our
room
act.
leaks.
Now
He
that
is
all posters of Virat with Joker and all that. Now we should also make such posters for this Smith doing this thing. Tomorrow I would like to see those posters.
he is hinting at hand paper, not sandpaper this time.
Yeah, I mean that was clearly grounded. Now, which makes me take the cue to Nikhil.
Amir, just one.
Firstly on the catch
Yeah,
that Smith claimed that he had his hands underneath, and the second one is Washington. Yes, but you
yeah,
have a
yeah.
point
Yeah.
before that,
Yeah,
Nikhil. Go
before
on.
that, Deep Das Gupta, and I don't believe what I'm saying, made a good point. Virat Kohli doesn't have a back.
One second. You don't believe Deep Das Gupta could come up with that point, or you don't just believe in general?
Yes.
I don't know. I just did not believe what he was saying because I actually thought that was a good point. He said that Kohli doesn't have a back foot game. Is reluctant. He said it in a different way. He said he's reluctant to play the cut shot. But
Mm,
to be honest, I think he doesn't have that cut shot.
mm,
So his only scoring option on the offside is that cover drive, and
Hmm.
that is why he's succumbing to that cover drive because that is his only scoring option. I think that made sense. Uh, Coming to the Smith's wicket, Kohli's first ball, we have seen a lot of cricket, and I think the player in that situation doesn't really know whether he has caught the ball or whether the ball is grounded. That is just instant reaction, and the evidence that was available, it was definitely not conclusive to overturn umpire's decision. Once the
Hmm.
umpire on field umpire is not certain about that, then it is very difficult for a third umpire to overturn that. So I think that entire thing boiled down to the conclusivity of the evidence. nothing else.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was out.
And and
It
to
was out.
and to and
It
to
was
and
not
to
out.
all
Sorry.
our
not out.
and to
Yeah.
all our viewers listening in, you must know that Nikhilda is actually a trained umpire. So his views are as good as the gospels. So Nikhilda, all this
Oh.
controversy around
Yeah.
the Sneeko last match, Yashasvi's dismissal, and again today with Washington. So just take us through what usually happens there.
So basically, DRS or any umpiring decisions or umpiring team is about consistency. You go on a pitch, you assess the pitch, you think the pitch is offering some bounce, then you block LBWs out of your mind. That's how the
Hmm.
umpires work.
Okay.
In Yashasvi's case, there was clear deflection. It was visible to the naked eye. Yes, the technology did not support it, but there was a conclusive, clear evidence that there was a deflection, and it was
Deflection.
very visible.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
umpire went with that. Now, in today's match, when Washington in Washington's case, there
Hmm.
was no clear deflection. The
Hmm.
spike on the Sneeko was not big enough
Big
to
enough. Yeah.
say that it came from a bat. It might
Hmm.
be any sound, and that's where I think today's decision was wrong because there was no conclusive evidence either for the naked eye or on the Sneeko. Whereas in
Hmm.
Yashasvi's case, there was a clear-cut deflection. You could see by naked eyes. So I think that was the difference. Today, the umpire got it wrong. I think in Yashasvi's case, the correct decision was made. Today, the umpire did not have absolute no conclusive evidence to overturn that decision. Remember, once the on-field umpire says not out to such
Hmm.
catches, you
Hmm.
absolutely have to be 200% sure to overturn that
Hmm.
decision. And there was nothing on Sneeko. The spike was some part of the spike was way after the ball has passed his glove.
Exactly.
There was
Yes.
some spike before the ball has reached Washington.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
Yeah.
you have to take in consideration entire Sneeko, not just that part. And I think that's where umpires goofed up. In today's case, but SSV, it was definitely out.
Absolutely.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah, makes
And
sense. Quite
Bumrah,
makes sense.
how
So
long? How
so
long? How long, guys? How long before those memes start coming in with Bumrah sitting like this and kabhi kabhi lagta hai apuni bhagwan hai. I mean, he's
Well,
going there, scoring runs for fun, tonking Pat Cummins over the cow corner
for a
for a
six.
six.
Yeah.
I mean, क्या मतलब hey, कैप्टनसी भी करूं, विकेट भी लूं, रन भी मैं बनाऊं, और राडा राडा हुआ तो उधर राडा भी मैं
Gotta
करूं,
be.
मतलब सब
Uh,
सब कर रहा है भाई.
Bumrah is this generation Sachin.
Yeah. He's
You
the
you
yeah,
Tendulkar,
yeah.
turn to him
Tendulkar of
in
fast
every
bowling.
bad situation. You turn to him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and one more point here, guys, on the approach in which we batted, right? Obviously, the top order did not give the middle order any chance to play freely. And then we also spoke about Pant's rather slow innings, but yet important innings. So, do you think that playing the new debutant rather very cautiously cost us a couple of maybe tens runs there? Maybe uh, we are short by around 20-30 runs, where we could have easily, taken the initiative and tonked the new guy out of the park. What do you think?
I think Washington's wicket was
Hmm.
definitely a
Yeah.
sort of turning point. He could have given us 20 runs
20,
because
20, 25 runs more. Yeah.
Prasid was looking to block, and that's how that number 8 should have played with a batter at the other end. But that
Yeah,
wicket definitely cost us 20 runs, I believe.
And let
Yeah.
us also discuss about Nitish. He had two successive failures, and again, those were nothing short unforced errors.
Yeah. Yeah.
unforced errors,
Hmm.
yes. And like now I'll like to go a couple of podcasts behind. Rishabh had pointed out earlier when I said after the Melbourne Test century that Nitish hit, right. I said that he is a player who doesn't really look like has any technical flaws, and is orthographic, good to the eye, side on, nice. Looks really nice on the eye. To which he had told me then that you know what, he has that tendency outside the off that we have
Hmm.
seen multiple
Hmm.
times. now
Hmm.
already
Hmm.
over the last 5 years.
Nee,
So looks
but
like
I think
there are some chinks in the armor, but he's still young, he's still new. He has time to rectify those issues.
see that will be there. That will be there, Amaya. For me, he's batting too low. It's as plain and as simple as that. He is your inform batter. Okay. Jadeja has not done great this series. Pant has also struggled. Gill, you got him directly. You're batting him at number three. Kohli is struggling. Drop Kohli one number down, na yaar. Let
Absolutely.
put this kid out there. Let him bat four. What's wrong in that? You never know. He could have clicked there. So आता काय होतंय? He's coming down where already so many wickets have fallen. He's again coming with that pressure. Give him at least 1 or 2 innings
Some freedom.
to bat freely,
Yeah, yeah,
because
absolutely.
we are now dead sure that he's playing in this team as a pure batsman. Okay, so if he's playing in team as a pure batsman, he's batting too low. Six,
Yeah.
seven is not for the technique he has, the kind of batsman he is. And again, when you are batting first, you have won the toss, you're batting first. Let your best batters go in early. Let them take that advantage. Let them take that
Yeah.
advantage. I really have. I mean, in the last match, also in the final innings, I felt that he should have come up the batting order, and it's a no-brainer, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a
So
no-brainer.
Yeah.
maybe
I mean,
what I
if you are
feel is
ready,
because
Ame,
because he's
just
yeah,
let me
yeah.
complete. If you are ready to drop your out of form captain, okay, what is
Yes.
stopping you from promoting your inform batter?
Yeah.
It's
And
And
it's a
that
and
is,
strategic
maybe
blunder.
yeah, yeah.
maybe one reason why I feel is because it's only his fifth test match. Maybe that's why maybe the team management wants to, not give him the promotion right away. Maybe we will see that, like you said, Sagar. Maybe we'll see that in the next series where maybe he's our number five or number six. Maybe.
I
No,
don't know.
but
I
that
Yeah. Go
is
ahead.
found this team management. I found this team management strategically very poor. So
very poor.
tactically
Yeah.
very poor in the entire series. Starting
Yeah.
with the
And
playing
that's,
11s. Yeah.
yeah. That's where the adamancy comes in.
Hmm.
Not
Hmm.
only will I fail, not only will I fail, I'll fail at my preferred position.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
this kind of attitude is just sinking our team, and it
Yeah.
is clearly
Yeah.
visible. This has been happening for last 4 years. It is not
4 years.
that
Yeah.
he struggle. It is not that he's struggling
Yeah.
only in this series. May I remember we had a Twitter space. I think
Long time ago. Yeah.
WTC final,
Yep.
uh,
Hmm.
the
Yeah.
last WTC final, and
Yes. Yes.
we
Yes.
had discussed the same point that he
Yeah.
is poking at those deliveries, and it just puts pressure on our lower middle order. And how
Exactly.
long
No.
is our
Exactly.
lower middle order going to save you?
For any batsman and someone for like me who plays some level of amateur cricket, going in with a loss of say 1 or 2 wickets, or actually a loss of 0 wicket, okay, is much better than going in at 5 down. Okay, at
Hmm.
5 down, your mind is thinking differently, your body is reacting differently, everything is different. So if you have someone who's looked good, who's in form, promote promote that guy. There is it's a no brainer in cricket. It's a no
Yeah.
brainer.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, we'll move on. We'll move on. Now, the next thing is, it is what it is. I think we've got a decent score if we are able to rattle the Aussies tomorrow, um, and repeat what we did in Perth. Hopefully, hope is a good thing.
Hopefully.
Uh, and now any Shashank Dada, any predictions or anything that you see will happen tomorrow, uh, and what are your expectations?
Okay. I
Because
know
you're the
we are
Cadbury
actually
contest
over time.
chairman.
Yeah, yeah. No, no. Actually, we are over time. 30 minutes are already passed. But one point I wanted to just put on the platform, that we are not talked about the Pat Cummins' decision about bowling changes and fielding setup.
Yes, we
So
have to.
I was
Hmm.
personally surprised. I put in our this group also that I think he, after 2 or 3 overs, he has given the ball to Boland,
Boland.
Hmm.
which
Yes.
is a
Yeah.
very
Hmm.
courageous, selfless decision by a bowling captain.
Yeah.
Bowling captain
And
is
that produced a
always in
wicket.
dilemma whether he's bowling himself short or whether he is over bowling. But as
Yes.
it turned out, Boland was the pick of the bowler and his decision was good. So I give full marks to him for that
Hmm.
change. And see, I think that our batsman had given the catches to fielders as a catching practice. But if you look at it differently, they have planned the ball, they have put the fielders there, and
No.
they got what they planned. So
Yeah.
again,
Yeah.
for that we must give credit to them.
No,
Okay,
yeah,
these are the
that is
two
No, no,
points
no
I
doubt.
just wanted in one minute. And now coming back to the prediction, see, my heart says that we will repeat Perth, but my brain says that we will have a Melbourne or Adelaide.
Hmm. Yeah, true. Yeah, let's see.
Mm.
I mean, it,
Which, yeah, go ahead, Nikhil.
in watching cricket, your heart always wins over your brain. So I am sure we all are going to be uh, awake at 5 a.m. tomorrow morning. We'll be
Yeah.
True.
watching that first session because that first session is really important. I still
Yeah.
believe we can restrict them at around our score. Again, Travis Head is the wicket now because he can run away with this game in 10,
No
Hmm.
20
time. Yeah,
overs.
yeah, yeah.
Yes.
He will not require more than 20 overs to run away with this game because if we concede a lead of more than 50 or 60, then we are done. If we restrict them around our score or maybe take a slender lead, then yes, we are in the game.
Shashank Tata, did you have anything to speak?
No, no. See, irrespective of the result, we are first die hard of the game as a cricket. So whether India loses or win, we
Yeah.
will get up at 4:30. That is for sure.
Yeah, that's true.
Because
That's
we
true. Yeah.
watch the
Of
game
course.
and not the means we
Absolutely.
don't follow like a but with that we have a national pride, and we always hope we'll try to cheer from our dressing room, that is our drawing room, and pray for the best for the Indian team. And if
Right.
Yeah.
not now,
And
True.
apna time aega.
Yeah.
अपना time आएगा. And I think अपना time कल आएगा because I think the team seems to be a little pumped up
Pumped
towards
up.
the end of the day.
I,
With
I was
the
going to say
Smriti,
that. Yeah.
the Smriti Gill exchange. There was
Mm.
clearly something between the openers where they were trying to buy some time and make sure that एक और over ना हो. And then that's when there was a scuffle between Konstas and Bumrah. Konstas had no business to interrupt
Yeah.
what Bumrah was saying. So clearly, Konstas is a different kind of a guy who likes to take on the opposition attack and also be in the
I
discussion scheme of
since
things. Yes,
since
Sagar.
since we have two Punekars who are here today, अशा पोराला ना तिकडे आगाव म्हणतात आगाव.
Agav, agav.
No,
And
but that was
he
a
is a brat. In English, it is a brat, and
Right.
he is having beginner's luck. Maybe he has tested good success in one or two games, but at the end of the day, he will fail like all others who had such arrogance.
Yeah, and
no, and
what is exciting to see is I have seen some of the replays over Twitter. What I see is not only is Bumrah and the other usual suspects rattled, I could even see Prasidh Krishna, okay,
Prasid
who's like a modern day Javagal Srinath, okay. He, he's Udas, but even
Yeah.
he is rattled and he's giving it back. So it seems like
that
tomorrow they are not going to leave Konstas. You will see a barrage of bouncers. I'm telling you.
that
Yeah.
was the most passive aggressive thing that Edward could do.
Yeah.
He
Yeah. Yeah.
the stare from Proceed to Constas, but I think Constas has been given that role
Yeah,
with his
That is.
batting as well as because in the last match also in Melbourne he was fielding at short leg and he was sledging non-stop. I
Yeah.
think that got to Yashasvi. Today also he wasted time
Yeah.
by talking to Bumrah. So that part of that plan was successful, but it
yeah.
was again a brain.
He's
Even
that kind of a
even
character.
that one
He-
even that one
Mm.
incident where Jadeja was out of the crease, he came in and Jadeja was anyway
And he
going to
kicked
get,
the
so he still kicked the
he
ball
kicked
Yeah,
the ball.
towards the
correct,
stump, and
correct,
then there
correct,
were some
correct.
words. So you're
But
right, Nikhilda. He's I think someone who has been handpicked to
he has
get under
been
the
given
skin,
that
get under
role.
the skin of the opponents.
But again, that was a brain fed moment. In order to avoid
Rule is
Siraj's 1 over, they just woken up
Yeah.
Bumrah, and
Yeah.
that was a big mistake.
Yeah,
rule
and
is
that's why I
20%
like
fee
what
will be
happened.
cut
Yeah,
for this act of Constas. Will is 20% match fee will be deducted.
No, I
Uh,
don't think so. I don't
I
think so.
don't think so. No, no. But I think as a character, right? Constance is that kind of a character. We have had some reports in the media as well where Ponting, when he spoke to Konstas for the first time, he said, "I am meeting you rather late in my life. I should have debuted a couple of seasons earlier for Australia." And then Konstas asked Ponting about the WTC final and whether he would be commentating and around in England at that time. So Ponting said yes, he will be there commentating, and he said, "Okay, I'll see you there. I'll meet you there as well because I'll be in the playing 11."
Hmm.
Konstas was not even in the playing 11 then when he said this to Ponting. So he's a very quirky, different kind of a character
Yeah.
who likes to play around and like take that challenge. And it's not an everyday cricketer who you know tries to rattle the best bowler in the world. So we will
Yeah,
see what happens tomorrow.
No,
yeah,
no.
yeah.
I can quickly come in here, and again, this is why I mentioned I do not put this jersey on. I whenever I go
Mm,
to the stadiums, I do this. But the reason I put this
Easter
on
eggs.
is, yeah, and I think Sam Constas has done our team a big favor, big favor,
Yeah,
because
yes,
absolutely.
yes,
what
absolutely.
before that incident and before this even today's evening in Sydney, this team looked a bit listless. Did not look united, and again all those controversies are. अब क्या होने वाला है? This team is going to rally behind Jasprit Bumrah, and now
Absolutely.
Bumrah is at the peak of his powers.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
and all we need from Bumrah is to be at the top of his game for the next 2 days, because I'm dead
2
sure
days.
that this test match is getting over on Sunday. So if Bumrah is on the top of his game for 2 days, and we just need one of our superstar batters to come good, I think I think it's going to be 2-2. We are going to retain the BGT. I know, very what you can say,
No,
very
it seems a
hopeful.
no, no. It seems a tall claim, but I second you. I
I
think
know.
if we bowl well, not good, well. If we
Yeah,
bowl well for tomorrow for 1 hour, this game can be us. We
yeah,
have
yeah.
to. But
मतलब
I,
Siraj
I
has
will
we
to
I will
hold his.
I will
we've
say
made
both
we've
हो
made
गया.
yeah.
Siraj
We
has
we've
to
made
hold his
No,
game.
yeah
if Dr. Sagar's
we made a
prediction
lot of
comes
blunders.
true, I will
Yes, sir.
give Cadbury to him for that.
No, no,
Shashank
sir.
sir, I'm
Why
also making
why
the same claim.
yeah, why I'm saying this now, there's some logic behind it also, that irrespective of the all the mistakes that we've made, of not picking the right 11, playing some rash strokes in the first inning, we have a man who's leading this team, who, as I said, he's at the peak of his powers. And I don't think after Akram and Magra, I don't think the world has seen a fast bowler this good. And I again been watching cricket for the last 25 years, and I don't think, I mean, yes, there have been, Dale Steyn was good,
Dale
Zahir
Steyn,
was
yeah.
good.
Mm.
Yeah, and these guys were
In
there.
our era,
But
Botham was like that.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Ian
So
Botham.
Absolutely.
these guys were but Bumrah, again, so
There is
he
something.
has,
Yeah.
yeah, so he has it in him. He can win this test match on his own for India. That is where I'm saying that
Uh,
we might make this 2-2. I'm not
oh,
even counting the batters क्या खेले क्या नहीं खेले, आके कुछ ऐसा स्ट्रगल किया कुछ तो रन बनाए, बट बुमराह और जो उसको अभी ये
I,
कॉन्स्टेंस ने ये किया है, he is going to win this game single-handedly for us.
I'll just make a last point. For the efforts that Bumrah has put in this VGT, I want him to win the WTC.
Yes, yes,
It
yes,
doesn't
yes,
matter if we deserve
yes.
to be in WTC final or we
Yeah,
don't,
yeah,
because
yeah,
Mm,
I firmly believe that South Africa did not send their first A team to New Zealand,
yeah,
and they are in the WTC final. So deserve or don't deserve, that just
mm.
doesn't matter. Bumrah deserves to be in the WTC final, and that's why we
yeah,
need to win this.
Yeah, and we
Need
need
to
to
draw
yeah,
hold
this.
we need to hold on to these catches in the slips
Yeah.
that
yeah.
Yes.
have cost us the game at
No,
MCG. Otherwise,
we
we
can't
would have
be we
possibly
can't
even
be
won that game.
we
Yeah.
can't be 99% tomorrow. We have to be
Yeah, we
100%
have
tomorrow
to
for
be.
Hundred
first
percent,
class.
hundred
Tomorrow is the
percent.
day of
And
reckoning.
since Shashank Dada brought up Botham's name, So I'm sure, Dada, you remember there was bottoms ashes. I'm sure at the on Sunday
This,
or
yeah,
on maximum on Monday, we are going to say this was Bumrah's BGT.
Puras
This
BGT.
was
And
Bumrah's
that's
BGT.
a
Absolutely.
good note to end.
I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah,
yes. Let's see. To the bottom's ashes, to Mitchell Johnson's ashes, we have a
This
third series, which is Bumrah's series.
was
Bumrah's
BGT.
BGT. Bumrah's
Let's
BGT.
have that. Let's have that triplet
Yeah.
completed.
Make it Bumrah Gavaskar Trophy.
That's nice. That's nice. All right. On
Yes.
that note, I think we'll call it a day, and we will begin our day tomorrow early morning, 4:30 a.m. or maybe 5
Yep.
a.m. India time, and let's anticipate some more Indian glory tomorrow morning.
Absolutely, man.
All
Yes,
right. Thank
absolutely.
you, everyone.
Absolutely.
It was a very passionate session today. Love the passion around in the room, and that's what makes us the Indian cricket team supporters. Thank you very
Yeah.
much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Thank you,
Thank
Aman.
you. Thank
Yeah.
you.
It was a
Thank you.
wonderful chat. Yeah. Thank
Yeah.
you.